Hello friends, I'm back. I'm keeping up the project of doing a tutorial a day, and today that tutorial happens to be on the topic of timing and direction and the different ways that we can get back and forth between having our hands move around in different ways as we spin our poi, yeah? Drex here from DrexFactor.com, trying to bring the love of poi spinning and flow arts into your world. And today we are going to learn a really fundamental concept of poi spinning called timing and direction and how you can use it to switch between different types of tricks. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, LMF Props, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. To learn more about all these awesome companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself, please check out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. So, last week was a huge success. I had so many of you out there watching and following along as we learned the basics of poi. And so when I asked if people wanted me to continue this experiment, the answer was almost a unanimous yes. So at this point, I have about a month's worth of content planned out that I'm going to try and bring to you every single weekday for the next 4 weeks. So I did kind of struggle with whether it was better to approach this in such a way that, like, I was teaching y'all trick by trick, or whether it would be better to do this in a more systematized fashion, trying to give y'all fundamental concepts and working from there. And I think in the end, it's going to be a little bit of both. So I hope you enjoy taking this trip with me. It also means that I've had to make a couple changes to the workflow on this project in order to make it sustainable for me. So you'll notice that all of the videos for this week have all been shot on the same day. I will still give updates as I can, but just know that you're going to be stuck with me in this outfit all the way till Friday. Sorry. And also, right about now, I really wish I'd gotten a haircut before all this set in. Oh well. All right, so timing and direction is a lot of words to basically describe how we think of two objects as they move around the same circle, yeah? So remember last week how I was talking about our real turns working in such a way that the poi were reaching the top and bottom of their arc at the same time. So we would say that they're phased in such a way that they spin together. They're also spinning in the same direction here. That is, both of them from where you all are standing seem to be spinning counterclockwise. They're clockwise relative to me, but you can see at least that they are spinning in the same direction, right? Now, if I reverse the direction of one of these poi, now both of us are seeing one poi that's moving clockwise and one that's moving counterclockwise, right? Now that said, they're both hitting the top and bottom of their path at the same time. So we would say that the timing for the poi as they're going in opposites like this is the same as they would be if they were spinning in the same direction like this. So we would call this together timing with them going in the same direction, and together timing with them going in opposite directions. Remember, the important part is, are they both going in the same direction? Are they both going in opposite directions? And do they meet the top and bottom of their arc at the same time? Yeah? In both of these cases, that is true. They're based upon a couple ideas, timing and direction. Namely, what are the timing in relation to each... Really? So things do get a little bit weird when we get out of the together timings, because technically speaking, there could be an infinite number of timings. But when it comes right down to it, human beings really like to see symmetry, and they like to see things either smashed together or as far apart as they can possibly get. So even though there's a multitude of timings, we really only think of there being one timing outside of the together timing, yeah? So for example, if we have our poi spinning in the same direction, we can think of them as spinning in either together time or in split timing. In split timing, you see here, the poi are phased 180 degrees off of each other, so they're always pointed away from each other. Likewise, we can do a split timing with opposites, in which case, top and bottom, they're pointed away from each other once again. Now, in opposites, of course, they do still meet at the sides, but we're more concerned about what happens at the top and bottom of their arc. So we're going to learn all of these timings with a poi tool that is called an extension, and we're going to spend the rest of the week learning how to utilize timing and direction with other tools that we have in the poi toolbox, yeah? So to start off with, we're just going to play with our together time, same direction. In order to do that, I want you to have your hands and poi basically spinning together in clockwise in front of you. You want to feel as though your hands and your poi are extensions of each other, yeah? So you're basically just spinning with very, very long arms here. Try and keep your hands at the same height going all the way around. That way you don't wind up with odd tangles like that. Think of it almost as like you're holding a bowl of water and you want to make sure that it doesn't spill as you're moving it around in a circle, right? Of course, you're also going to want to be able to spin both of your poi and hands back counterclockwise as well. And next up, our old friend together opposites. Now, this is going to feel very much like the techniques that we use to learn how to do a butterfly, because this is one of the techniques that we learned how to use a butterfly with. Basically, again, you're just going to have your arms going around in circles that overlap each other straight up in front of you and everything, right? You're also going to want to switch around and try going the other way, having your arms kind of reaching out from the top rather than inward. And see if you can get in 10 reps going both directions like this, yeah? Now let's talk about the split timings. First up is split time same direction. And for this one, we're going to have to switch back into our wheel plane. That is having one poi spinning on each side of our body, right? Now, this is going to feel exactly like doing the crawl stroke. It's pretty intuitive. I would give you a couple notes on things that feel a little bit different. The first is that I want you to actually turn your body back and forth, your upper body that is. Kind of anchor your feet in place, but see if you can open up your shoulders to either side when your arms are spinning towards that side and everything, yeah? Likewise, you can go reverse by imagining that you're doing the backstroke here, yeah? Now, for your final timing and direction, we're going to have to work with split time opposites. Personally, I find that this is the least intuitive of all the timing and direction combinations. And there's a little mnemonic device that I'm used to doing when I teach this, and that is to tell people to start with both of their hands over to one side. You're going to clap your hands together, and then you're going to raise your right hand and lower your left hand and snap your fingers. Now, you're going to clap your hands together over at your left side, and snap your fingers with your left hand up and your right hand down, yeah? Clap your hands together to the right, right hand goes up. Clap your hands together to the left, your left hand goes up. Clap, snap, clap, snap, clap, snap, yeah? Try and see if you can get this smooth enough that you can go without the claps and the snaps, just to give your hands a feel for this. Those of you out there who have done double Dutch jump roping, you will find that this feels very, very familiar and very similar to that. So then, of course, your goal is to do that with the poi. Now, I would make sure that you can do 10 of these in a row with just your hands before you try and get your poi involved. But see if you can get in 10 reps with the poi like this. Again, you want to try and make sure that you're getting a visual of your hands coming together to either side. It's going to be very, very easy for your hands to fall into a place where they go back into together time. You want to make sure they're in split time, so really make sure that your hands are apart in the middle and together to either side, yeah? Okay, you also want to make sure that you can do split time opposites going back the other way. So I'm really fond of doing this with my right hand going counterclockwise relative to me, but it's also one of those things that you should learn how to do it with your right hand going clockwise relative to you, yeah? Make sure that you can do both, and if you need to, go back to the snapping and clapping thing in order to get it going both directions. Now, once you've got all that under your belt, there's one other exercise that I want you to try today, and that is transitioning between them. We're going to do this without poi in our hands because currently we don't have all the tools we need to in order to make these switches with our poi. We're going to be picking them up over the course of the coming month, but I at least want to get this into your head. What we're going to start off with is going together time, same direction with just our hands here, yeah? And as we're doing that, I want you to find this place where over to one side you have both of your hands pointing out, yeah? From here, you're going to switch into split time opposites. That is, your right hand's going to go up and your left hand's going to go down. You're going to go around like this for a couple reps, and then you're going to stop with your left hand up and your right hand down. You're going to turn a little bit to your side here, just about 90 degrees, and you're going to switch into split time, same direction. You're going to stop with your right hand in front of you, and you're going to bring both of your hands up into together opposites. Finally, you're going to stop with both of your hands up and bring your hands around clockwise once again. Timing and direction works somewhat like the circle of fifths in music, in that if we look out for the moments when our hands are coming together versus when they're apart, that will tell us that there's a transition point between two timing and direction combinations, right? So again, we start off in together same. I don't care how many reps you get in, but you're going to stop when both of your hands are over to your right-hand side. Your right hand's going to go up in split time opposites. Don't care how many reps you get in. You're going to stop with your left hand straight up, turn 90 degrees, switch into split time same direction. Stop with your right hand forward, turn back 90 degrees back to your left side, and switch into together opposites. Get in a few reps, stop with your two hands up, and switch back into together same. We can even do this backwards if we want to. So we would stop with our hands on bottom, switch into together opposite. We would then stop with our arms out to each side and switch into split time same direction, having turned 90 degrees doing so. We would then stop with our left hand up and switch into split time opposites, going back 90 degrees to our left. And finally, we would stop with both of our hands out to the right and switch into together same, yeah? So sometimes I think it helps to draw this out on a sheet of paper and imagine that each timing and direction combination basically has 4 points around you where the hands are either apart or together. So in together same, hands are together to the right, down, left, and up. And in together opposite, they're together up, apart in the sides, together at the bottom, apart at the sides, right? In split time same direction, they are apart top and bottom, apart side to side, apart top and bottom, apart side to side, right? We also have split time opposite where they're together at the side, apart top and bottom, together at the side, apart top and bottom. Now, you can kind of write out interesting little glyphs that will tell you what timing and direction combination you're in, and you can tell based upon whether the hands are together or apart in any given position, which timing and direction combination you can switch to from that position, yeah? And hopefully some of the on-camera graphics I'm doing here will help to illustrate that point, yeah? Sweet, so work on that exercise, switching between timing and direction combinations, and a lot of what's going to happen in the coming weeks is going to be a lot more intuitive, yeah? Thank you all so much, and if you would like to get some of your work featured in this series, please make sure to tag me on Facebook or Instagram. On Instagram, I am DrexFactor, and on Facebook, I am DrexFactorPoi. Thank you in advance for doing that. And of course, if you would like to jump ahead and take on more stuff that I'm covering in this particular series, you should head on over and sign up for my Spin Poi Like a Rockstar series. You can sign up for it over at my website at drexfactor.com, and it will allow you to take this at your own pace and be able to pick up a bunch of tricks that I'm not covering here. And finally, if you would like to see this project continue, please consider signing up to support the work that I'm doing over on Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi, you can sign up to make sure that this project is a huge success and I'm able to keep on doing it, like all of these nice folks did. All of the videos on this channel exist because of the people who support me on Patreon, so if you can afford to do it, I would really, really appreciate it. Please and thank you. Cool, so in tomorrow's video, we are going to take a look at pendulums, and we're going to take them through all the timing and direction combinations that we learned today. So tune in for that.